Hello everybody, welcome back to some more emergency response. Liberty County Territory. Checking out shaders once again, and if some of you are wondering, hey, didn't you already do this kind of before? Well, yes, I kind of did do this with shaders before. Today, we're going to be doing it with the new lighting that has been added. So we're going to be trying out the shaders on what the new lighting, what the new lighting looks like. I think that it just makes the shaders a lot better with this new lighting. Like, it makes it really, really good. Yeah, anyway, let's kind of jump into it. So, here we have River City also. My graphics are going to be, or my graphics setting's going to be set to all the way max this time. I usually do it with around 7, just so I get around 120-ish FPS around there. But it's going to be at 10, so like that. So we're going to see what the shaders looks like. Or I'm just going to show you what it looks like with max graphics on, with all the shaders obviously, and with the new lighting. So just kick them on. Here we go. I think night looks a little bit better with them. I don't know, for me, if it's at night, the game kind of feels a little bit washed out, kind of, so if we turn them off, I kind of feel like it's kind of a little bit too bright, I guess you can say, or like kind of washed out. But then if you get like shaders on, it kind of darkens it a little bit, kind of makes it feel more like night, in my opinion. So that makes it really good. Also, I do believe that the reflections with like the water effect here, I feel like it's a little bit better now with the new lighting update. I feel like it reflects a lot more, and it's a little bit more brighter as well, since it's kind of washed out, I guess. Yeah. Also, I did want to mention that I think police vehicles and like emergency vehicles, stuff like that, I think they look a lot better at night now, even without the shaders on. So if we just grab the Caprice, this is probably one of my new favorite cars, in my opinion, to use. So even without shaders, it looks really good. Oops. Yeah, it looks really good. Kind of like you can see how like the taillight details, and if we turn them on, I think it looks a lot better. Yeah, if we just turn off the rain effect, I think the lighting on the ELS lights on the light bar look super, super vibrant. I really like it. Yeah, it kind of gives the street lights and stuff like that a little bit more of a shine to them as well, which I really do like. I hope there's a local setting, if they ever add it, where you can turn up the ELS lights, like the brightness from like a distance or something. So I think it would kind of be a little bit more, kind of like more cinematic, I guess. Kind of with the lighting, how at night or like a sunrise or sunset, sometimes they'll get like a little bit misty, if that makes sense. But yeah, the lighting looks really good. The traffic advisor is kind of a little bit more vibrant now as well, with the shaders and with the lighting update. And if we just let's see, turn the time to like a day, like an afternoon or something, and then we will see what it looks like. So we'll just wait for it. Or do a morning, actually. So here it is at morning. Here's with the shaders on, here's with them off, on, off, on, off. So with them on, again, once it kind of gives it that kind of darker feel around the corners and edges and stuff like that, which I think makes it stand out a little bit more and doesn't feel like as washed out, if that makes sense. So yeah, as well as talking about like the washing out effect before, if it without them, it kind of, I don't know, it feels a little bit white. Like I feel like it's a little too white and like too washed out in some areas. But I think if you're like in the grass or something like that, I think that looks really good. And then again with the shaders, it kind of sharpens the edges on them. Kind of makes them like pop out a little bit. And yeah, especially on this like dirt trail right here, the shadows look absolutely amazing with the graphics and stuff like that. Yeah, that's really cool. Again, kind of see like the taillights details now with them, and like I think probably one of my favorite spots now is gonna be near the river, because I think it looks absolutely great with like being near like the water. Even without them, it still looks really good. But yeah, so if you're like, I don't know, right here or something, or maybe on the bridge, the water looks a little bit better, or a lot better than before. And then with the shaders, once again, kind of sharpens everything, makes everything a little bit more darker than that kind of like washed out effect that without them has. So I feel like, yeah, so if you can see that, I don't know, it kind of looks a little bit like gray on the edges, but then this is kind of like removed with the graphics and stuff like that. And even with the rain effect, looks really great with them on and stuff like that. So yeah, like even over here, just look how cool that looks. Kind of like a muddy road it makes it, which would be pretty cool to see actually. And you have the waterfall, and some places kind of just look a little bit weird, like kind of like this. The roof looks a little bit off, kind of. Like I think it's a little bit like the shaders makes it too kind of wet on it, if that makes sense. But if we just turn that off, yeah. But yeah, once again, everything looks super cool. It sharpens everything, kind of. I think it makes this more realistic. And right now I'm getting around 60 FPS, and that's just me in a server by myself. So if you probably wanted to try this, if you have a good PC, you play at max graphics and stuff, you probably need pretty good computer to get over like 80, I guess, but 60 is still pretty good. Yeah, very, very nice stuff. Let's go check out some other areas as well. So let's see, that's like a good area where this would kind of, I don't know, kind of pop out a little bit. DOT, yep, this looks really nice. Oh, you know what? I have a good spot. It's kind of near. It's over here. Let me just switch to police, just cause. So then my OCD doesn't completely die. But I think over near the city, that's where everything starts to like really look really good. Especially with that rain effect, I think it looks the best in the city, especially at night. But yeah, here's the red and blue lights for police, with like the graphics and stuff. Really cool. But yeah, really awesome. Especially, I think around fire department kind of looks the best, in my opinion. It kind of still looks a little bit washed out here. And kind of, without them, I can really feel the FPS increase without them on. Wow. But then maybe if we kind of switch the time to like an afternoon, or like a just before like a sunset, like this. There we go. Look how great that looks. That looks super awesome. Really awesome. I really do like this lighting. Makes everything look a lot more realistic. Like, especially in like darker areas that are covered by like shadows. That looks really good. And maybe if we just take a little bit of like a flyby around the city, you can see how the graphics look. So we go to like the little park over here. You can see the water looks really good. The sun kind of peeking over everything. Around the building like that, it looks really clean. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, a comment. Hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you all next time.